Right, basically creating content for online platforms is just like any other form of art, and like all artists, content creators too have their fair share of ups and downs. If you've been creating content for a while now, you've probably experienced some form of writer's block every once in a while. For new content creators, this is all the more frequent and common. It's difficult to keep coming up with new ideas, fresh ideas, every time you want to post. There's a whole ocean of content available to people, which making your content stand out requires some really diligent planning and strategy building. So today I'm just going to talk about a few easy ways in which you can come up with content ideas. Firstly, you need to really understand your audience. If you're creating content with a particular purpose, there's a certain sector of people that you're going to want to target. Not everyone in the market is going to be interested in your product or your service. So really think about who is your target audience. Once you've identified your target audience, half the job's done. You can now really follow them and study their online behavior and activities and find out what sort of content they're usually spending their time on, whether this content is interactive or not, whether it's long form, short form, just short snippets people like, and studying these things will really give you some insight onto what your audience actually prefers. I know that mine don't like to be asked too many questions. Look at your competitors. Competitors aren't your enemies in this scenario. They're actually really useful when it comes to finding content ideas for yourself. It will give you insight as to what works and what doesn't work. For instance, if you've been thinking of writing on a particular topic, but a competitor's already written on this topic, you can look at their engagement levels, see whether it was successful or not before you invest your time in writing on it. Look at the amount of likes, the amount of comments that it's got, and you'll know whether you should actually bother with that or not. And you can always write a fresh take on it. Find content ideas on sites like Quora and Twitter. Quora is the one place where you can find questions related to almost anything under the sun. There's every chance that you'll find that some questions have been asked by people who would be your target audience, relevant to your niche, and these questions can be a real inspiration for you. I often use them for my LinkedIn FAQs. Similarly, Twitter is another place where people talk about a lot of things. You can find trending hashtags, and there's special tools like Right Tag, and you can enter the tags onto Twitter and find out what people are talking about who are relevant to your niche. Use topic suggestion tools like HubSpot's blog idea generator, BuzzSumo, which gives you really valuable insights onto the kind of content which is working best and allows you to monitor the content's performance and helps you really collaborate with other influencers. Alternatively, there's another one called Portent's content idea generator. Conduct surveys. If you've never done them, it's a really good way of finding out what content your audience wants to consume. Just ask them directly. Don't do it every week because you'll drive people mad, but occasionally it's really, really useful. And there's one more method which I learned from Neil Patel using Amazon, which is completely genius, but I'm going to do a video on that later this week or early next week because I need to show you step by step using my screen. And these things will all really make you stand out. They'll make finding content a lot easier and a lot quicker, and I'll put the links to the content ideas generators in the comments to this video. Hope you find this really useful, and feel free to drop me a line if you've got any questions, or if you want more detail on how to actually write the articles and structure them.